lives after them. The good is oft interred with their bones. So let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus had told you Caesar was ambitious. If it were so, it was a grievous fault. And grievously has Caesar answered it. Here, under leave of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus is an honorable man. So are they all honorable men. Come I to speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious. And Brutus is an honorable man. He had brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. Does this in Caesar seem ambitious? When that the poor hath cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. Yet Brutus says Caesar was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. You all did see that on the Lupercal I thrice presented him a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was this ambition? Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure he is an honorable man. I speak not to disapprove what Brutus spoke, but here I am to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause withal should then demand for him? Oh, judgment, thou art fled to British beasts, and men have lost their reasons. Bear with me. My heart is in the coffin there with Caesar, and I must pause till it come back to me.
Methinks there's much reason in his sayings.
Mark his words. He would not take the crown. Therefore it is certain that he was not ambitious.
Poor soul, his eyes are red as fire with weeping.
There is no nobler man in Rome than Antony.
Now mark him. He begins again to speak.
But yesterday, the word of Caesar might have stood against the world. Now lies he there, and none so poor to do him reverence. Oh, masters, if I were disposed to stir your hearts and minds to mutiny and rage, I should do Brutus wrong and Cassius wrong, who you all know are honorable men. I will not do them wrong. I rather choose to wrong the dead, to wrong myself and you than... But here's the parchment with the seal of Caesar. I found it in his closet. 'Tis his will. Let but the commons hear this testament, which, pardon me, I do not mean to read. And they would go and kiss dead Caesar's wounds, and dip their napkins in his sacred blood. Yea, beg a hair of him for memory, and die and mention it within their wills, bequeathing it as a rich legacy unto their issue.
We'll hear the will. Read it, Mark Antony.
Have patience, gentle friends. I must not read it. It is not meet to know how much Caesar loved you. You are not wood, you are not stones, but men. And being men, bearing the will of Caesar, it will inflame you, it will make you mad. 'Tis good you know not that you are his heirs. But if you should know, what would come of it?
Read the will. We'll hear it, Antony. You shall read us the will. Caesar's will.
Will you be patient? Will you stay a while? I have shut myself to tell you of it. I feel I wrong the honorable men whose daggers have stabbed Caesar. I do fear it.
They were traitors.
Will.
They are villains, murderers. The will, read the will.
You will compel me then to read the will, then make a ring around the corpse of Caesar. And let me show you him that made the will. Shall I descend and will you give me leave?
A ring, stand round. Room for Antony, most noble Antony.
Nay, press not upon me, stand far off. If you have tears, prepare to shed them now. You all do know this mantle. I remember the first time ever Caesar put it on. It was on a summer's evening in his tent. That day he overcame the navy eye. Look in this place, ran Cassius' dagger through. See what a rend the envious Casca made. Through this, the well-beloved Brutus stabbed. And as he plucked his cursed steel away, mark how the blood of Caesar followed it. As rushing out of doors to be resolved, if Brutus so unkindly knocked or no. For Brutus, as you know, was Caesar's angel. Judge are you gods how dearly Caesar loved him. This was the most unkindest cut of all. For when the noble Caesar saw him stabbed in gratitude, more stronger than traitor's arm quite vanquished him. Then burst his mighty heart and his mantle muffling up his face, which even at the base of the Pompey statue, which all the while ran blood, great Caesar fell. Oh, what a fall was there, my countrymen. And I, and you, and all of us fell down whilst bloody treason flourished over us. Oh, now you weep, and I perceive you feel the tint of pity. These are gracious drops. Kind souls, what weep you when you but behold how Caesar's vesture wounded? Look you here, he is himself murdered to see with traitors.
Oh, piteous spectacle.
Oh, noble Caesar.
Oh, most bloody sight.
Revenge. Revenge. Sin. Blood. Fire. Kill. Slay. Let not live.
Stay, countrymen.
Peace here. Hear the noble Antony.
We'll hear him, we'll follow him, we'll die with him.
Why, friends, you go to do, you know not what? Wherein hath Caesar thus deserved your lives? Alas, you know not. They are wise and honorable, and will no doubt with reason censor you. I come not, friends, to steal away your hearts. I am no orator as Brutus is, but as you know me all, a plain, blunt man that loves my friend. And that they know full well, which gave me public leave to speak of him. For I have neither wit, nor words, nor worth, action, nor utterance, not a power of speech to stir men's blood. I only speak right on. I tell you what you yourselves do know. Show you sweet Caesar's wounds. Poor dumb mouth, and bid them speak for me. But were I Brutus, and Brutus Antony, there where an Antony would ruffle up your spirits and put a tongue in every wound of Caesar that should move the stones of Rome to rise and mutiny.
Aiden, come, seek the conspirators.
Yet hear me, countrymen, yet hear me speak.
Most noble.
Why, friends, you go to do you know not what? Wherein hath Caesar thus deserved your lives? Alas, you know not. I must tell you then, you've forgotten the will I told you of.
The will.
Here is the will, and under Caesar's seal, to every several Roman he gives, to every several man, 75 drachmas.
Most noble Caesar, will revenge his death.
O royal Caesar.
Hear me in patience. Moreover, he has left you all his works, his private harbors, and new planted orchards on this side Tiber. He has left them you and to your heirs forever. Common pleasures to walk abroad and recreate yourselves. Here was a Caesar. When comes such another?